Today, I am joined by the legendary Keaton Hoskins. Keaton, how are you today?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, you're so welcome. Hey, as I was sitting on my computer today, I was thinking about things I'm good at in life, things I've excelled at, and things that I kind of suck at. And I'm good at probably two, maybe three things. One of them is growing YouTube channels. And the other one is I own an agency called customthumbnails.com. We make thumbnails for many of the top YouTubers. And I was looking at your YouTube channel and I want to connect, and I want no money at all. I want to connect with whoever manages your channel and like dive in on your thumbnails and content strategy.
I would love it.
Because that's
I would
like,
love it, man.
if I have something to offer, like that's it. And dude, like your video with Logan Paul should have 1 million views. Like that's such a good video, and Logan Paul's in it. Like it's such a rad video.
So it's funny, dude. I have put about 10 minutes into my YouTube stuff. Like I have never really gone into the YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
And some of it is because I was so tired of filming. Like I was so tired of filming.
Yeah.
But every single person I talk to says the same thing. Like, dude, you really need to go into your YouTube because there's so much shit. Dude, I film stuff and I just tell my contact guy, I'm like, just put it up, dude. I don't even give a shit, which is, I know it's wrong, but dude, I would love your help. Cause I do need to grow it. It is important. I obviously have a message I want to share with the world, and I need to do that in every platform, and YouTube's one of them. So,
well, if I could sit down with him or whoever and just like, hey, here's some quick things, and like we'll make thumbnails, and even if like we make the thumbnails for him and then he's like, oh, this is the style, and then he takes it from there, whatever, like I'm here to offer that to you. And
I would love that.
I was gonna message your assistant, but I wanted to check with you first to make sure it was okay. And yeah, like
I would love it, dude. In fact, when we're done, I'll give you my cell number and we'll connect, and then I'll connect you with my YouTube content guy. He's actually my content guy for everything. Cool. And would love, and really appreciate the help from you.
Cool. Well, so full circle, I'm watching the video about Logan Paul. He's like, Logan said, hey, Keaton, take me up on your helicopter. I want to jump out of it a bunch. And it cost you a lot of money. And then I'm sitting there like, I have nothing to offer the world. And then I look at my plaques here, and I look at other things I'm doing. I'm talking to my clients. I'm like, holy crap, like, hold on. I can offer. And my expertise is such a niche thing. Like, who's an expert at thumbnails? It's such a weird thing, but yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll DM you after this. So a year and a half ago, you set out to create, I think you said 25 millionaires.
Mm-hmm.
How's that going?
It's going insane, dude. I know this is a horrible thing to say.
I'm so excited.
I've lost track of the people. It was over 15 like 6 months ago, and since then I just haven't kept track. I know that sounds horrible, but like here's the thing, and this is a no joke. So I mentor a lot of people one-on-one, not just in Limitless Society, but I mentor a lot of people one-on-one. Perfect example. Yesterday, I'm on the phone with one of the guys that I mentor with, and he literally says to me, he goes, dude, he starts to get emotional. He goes, I just made $1.3 million in my deal today. And this is somebody who had made 200 grand up to this point in our relationship of mentoring. Dude, he's literally in tears telling me he just made $1.3 million check to him, not revenue, check to him.
What?
And he was like, he said, if I would have known that mentoring would have got me where I'm at today, I would have done this so many years earlier. And again, dude, did I go back in my book and tally up another millionaire?
Sure,
no.
Sure.
But it happens a lot. I would dare bet it's well over 25 people. And because it is such a high reaching thing, like I'm just like, I don't know, man, I'm just making people successful as shit, really, really rich, but much, much more than that. And, leading with being a millionaire is a big deal because it gets people in the door, and then I go, hey, let's work on you. Forget being a millionaire for a minute. Let's work on you. But dude, it happens often, and it is so cool to see people be so successful.
Right. Oh my gosh, that's insane. And I mean, and look, if someone's in it for a year and they go from 100,000 to 450,000, no one's complaining.
No,
and, like that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. But you're right. It's really all about you. I've done a lot of it's about the individual. I've done some relationship mentoring recently, and I get in and I'm like, okay, how's this going to go? Like, how can we fix the relationship? And it's like, no, like the coach is like, bro, it's not the relationship, it's you.
Yeah.
And not like there's a bad, I didn't do anything like naughty. I'm just like, it's
Yeah.
always about what's going on inside.
100%. You know, right before we got on this, I was telling you about my book that I
Yeah.
wrote on divorce. And dude, every single chapter is literally making you look in the mirror and go, oh, you're the culprit. You're the problem. It's not the spouse, no matter what the thing is.
Right.
And here's the craziest part of one of the chapters is I talk about like, dude, if your spouse cheated on you, it's your fault. It's your problem. You are to blame. And, you know, tons, especially women, will go, well, I can't help it if my husband's a piece of shit. And it's like, no, you can. You didn't set the right boundaries. You didn't do the right things that cultivated that to be allowed and happen. Now, again, I'm not taking blame from anybody, but it doesn't do anything good for you to blame somebody else. You can't fix anything else.
Right.
So you should just look inward. And again, when you talk about relationships, dude, focus on you 100%. You want to build a business? Focus on you. You want to build a relationship? Focus on you. You want to build the world? Focus on you.
Right.
And that's the greatest thing you could ever teach somebody.
Right. Well, it's so empowering. Like taking, if you limit the blame of what a client did, what a partner did, whatever, and you're just like looking at yourself, I mean, what's more empowering than that? But the problem is this is a very difficult process to look at ourselves and dive deep and work on the things that we need to work on.
It's almost impossible for most people. Everybody will always give you opinions on what other people should do, and they'll never give you the opinion on what they should do themselves.
Right.
And it seems that we as a culture accept that I can give opinions on how everybody else should run their life, and my life is complete catastrophe. So fuck all what I have to say about me. It's just about you. You know, that's what it is.
Right.
And so, you know, in anything I do, mentoring one-on-one in a group, I focus on what do you have control over? Oh, you only have control over you. Okay, well, let's focus on that.
Right. Right. Powerful. And then I looked at the price of your coaching group, Limitless Society. It's like $250 a month, I think, or plus or minus.
Yeah, it's not very expensive, and it's month to month. If you don't get out of it what you want, you can get out anytime. I firmly believe if I cannot give you massive amounts of value, don't come and join the group.
Yeah.
You know, the coolest thing is I just had my big event, and I'm going to do multiple big events. In fact, I'll even drop a bomb here on this for you. But
please, thank you.
All of my events are free to those who are in my group.
Oh,
so literally, my event is anywhere from $300 to $3,000 a seat.
Yeah.
And you get to come to my events for free all year if you're in the group.
Whoa. And they're in Salt Lake City, right?
Yep. Well, I've had a few. My last one was in New York. My most recent one was in Salt Lake City. My next one is going to be in Cabo. Nice. And then my one after that will be back in Salt Lake. And the reason I tell you I was going to drop a bomb. So I am doing a new event, April 27th. And it is going to be twice as big as my last one. And my last one, we had 8,000 people. We're going to have 15,000 people this time. And the speakers that I have lined up are going to be absurd.
It can't get better than your last event.
Yeah, really? It definitely will. Yeah.
Really? Yeah. That's awesome. I'm in Boise, so Salt Lake's not too far. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so awesome.
It's gonna be big, dude. I'm really excited. And you know, I can't announce until contracts
totally.
are signed. Can't announce until payment's been made, but totally. It's bigger. It will be bigger. I'll just tell you that.
That's incredible. I'm so pumped.
Yeah,
that's great.
I'm excited.
It seems as though your mission, and you've said it, I watched your speech at WealthCon in Vegas. Your mission is to help people kind of change from daydreaming to actually dreaming. What would you say the difference between the two is?
That's a great question, because most people go right into, well, what's the difference? They're both dreaming, right? Well, one inspires you to essentially do and act, and one just keeps you daydreaming, right? One just wastes time. 50% of most people's days is daydreaming, which is kind of crazy to think about. But if 50% of my day is daydreaming, that literally means I'm pissing away half of my day. Now, a daydream is just a waste of thought, and a real dream creates a vision. And in the vision, we now have the choice to then execute on the vision we've been given. So you can still dream and just not pursue,
right?
But the feeling in which it gives you, which is a vision, is what you will have to ignore if you decide not to execute on it. So again, you could spend the day daydreaming or dreaming and just waste it away,
Right.
or you could take that vision that you're getting from the dream and execute on it.
That makes sense. Okay. Wow. You've said that you've currently created the life you're living right now is one that you've created yourself, right? Like you had a
Yeah,
vision, you had a dream from, you said, your spouse to your house to the kids. Everything is something that you wanted. Your life is exactly the way you want it to be right now.
yeah.
That's a beautiful statement. It's a bold statement. I'm freaking happy for you. What was it? Was there a moment in your life where you're like, wait a second, I had this idea, maybe in your early 20s, I had this idea, now I'm living this thing, or I started this business. Like, what was the moment where you're like, oh my gosh, I have so much power in my hands right now?
Every day for probably the last 3 years has been that moment.
Really?
Every day I wake up, I find gratitude, and it's really easy. You always everyone's like, start your day in gratitude. I'm like, dude, I have no choice. Like, I have to. I'm surrounded by blessings and what I should be grateful for. My family, my marriage, my children, my home, my money, my success, my health. I mean, dude, the list goes on and on and on. But I'll tell you, probably 2 years ago, or I should say just over a year, because I only started Limitless Society within the last year and a half.
Yeah.
I just sat on the couch with my wife, and I remember looking at her and saying, holy shit, we literally have everything we ever dreamed of. Everything. And like some people are like, well, don't you want more? I'm like, yeah, I always want more. But dude, when I was 20, I every possible thing I could imagine I have now today. Like, there's nothing that I don't. I mean, I'm in health. I'm in good health. I have beautiful, healthy children. My wife is hot as shit. I have tons of money. I have a house on the mountain. I have a helicopter. I have cool cars and cool trucks. I have fame. I have friends. I have great relationships. Like, holy shit, dude, what else is there? And it's
Right.
funny, dude, when I was sitting on that couch with her and I looked at her, she kind of got a little emotional. She was like, I know we literally have everything we've ever wanted, not just needed. Most people, they have what they need. But dude, we were like, we have everything we've ever wanted. And that's when I came up with this idea like, hey, you know what? I'm not the richest guru in the world. I'm not. And there's so many other people who can teach you about how to be successful financial.
Right.
But I know there's not a lot of people in this world who have every aspect of their life the way that they want it.
Right.
And then I kind of went through like this little list in my mind. I was like, I'm physically healthy, I'm mentally healthy, I'm emotionally healthy, I'm financially healthy, and I'm spiritually healthy. And that's when I came up with this like, I don't want to keep doing what I'm doing. I want to share with the world how to get what I have. And what I have is far more valuable than money. It's way more valuable. It's literally, you get to live the way you were born to live. And everybody's different. Everybody has something different. But what if I can teach people how to have the exact life that they once sought, whether it was 10 years ago, 2 years ago, whatever. And if I could do that, I would be really, really selfish to not share that with the world. So that's what I teach, dude. That's what Limitless Society is. It's showing people how to have the life that they want.
Freaking love it. I love it. It fires me up. I'm reminded I was like 18, went to a wedding reception in Vegas at someone's house, biggest house I'd ever been in my life at that point. And a lot of the people around me were like, oh, this is so, whatever, like jealous, like envious, whatever, talking crap. I was inspired. I was like, I know someone who can do this. If they
Yeah.
can do this, what can I do? So when I see you on your helicopter, and I've in one of your videos, you're like, yeah, read my comments. I get a lot of haters. It's so funny because it fires me up. I love it.
Yeah.
If you can do that, what can I do? That's awesome.
Well, dude, and that's such an abundant mindset that you live in, which is beautiful, right? Like, the reality is that most people don't look at it that way. They go, oh, well, why him? Why does he have this? And then they immediately want to break it down, right? Like, well, he has all that because he was on TV once, or he has all that because his dad was rich, or something that pacifies the issues in them that they struggle with,
Mm.
right? And instead of looking at it like you just said, people, they do the reverse. They go, oh, he shouldn't have that. And the truth is that the answer to becoming successful is actually that abundant mindset. And when you see those people to say, this is so cool, it inspires me to do and be something greater. And that's when you become something greater.
Right.
Because I'm the same, dude. I go to these things where people make way more money than me. And I go, well, shit, if it's possible for him, it should be possible for me. And then I'm inspired by it. You know,
Right.
one of the things I'm doing in the next few weeks is I'm going to the yacht show in Florida.
Nice.
And I can't afford a yacht. Those are 40, 50, 60 million dollars, right?
Yeah.
But I go because it inspires me to be around people who are doing what I one day will do. And I don't see it as competition. I don't see it as fear. I don't see it as a scarcity mentality. I see it as being inspired by people just like me that did what they needed to do to have that same thing I seek, which is a
Right.
yacht.
Right.
And dude,
Right.
and in that, that's how we truly become our greatest version. We allow life to inspire us rather than to make us feel like, oh, I don't like that. I don't like this feeling, and live in a negative mindset.
Right. Right. And the cool thing that I know about you from watching your content is once you're at yacht level, you're not just sitting back on your yacht. You're giving back, you're helping people, you're donating your time, your talents. I mean, it's not just about the yacht for you, which is pretty freaking awesome.
Absolutely. Dude, that's the thing is I have learned that God only gives me what he believes I will give back.
Mm.
And as I become a steward over a lot of things and a lot of people, I understand fully that if I seek more, I must seek to give more also. And in that desire, he goes, oh, so Keaton's going to be a tool for me. As I bless him financially, he will then bless other people. So I will give him what he seeks because what he seeks is a righteous desire. And most people who seek money don't seek good with it. And they wonder why they never see the success that they seek.
Right.
And the truth is, if you want God on your side,
Right.
then you should most likely be willing to give and be the tool that he needs so that he'll bless you.
Right. I love it. I love it. One of them, that's, yeah, hard to argue with that. You're living proof of that. One of my favorite conversation starters that I've had with people recently is I've shown them your Instagram. It's happened 5 or 6 times. And I'm like, look at that helicopter. And they're like, oh, cool. Yeah. And they ask questions. And I'm like, he doesn't have a helicopter's license. And listen, man, I'm all about just getting started. And
Yeah.
it's not going to look pretty at first. And you just go and you make it happen. And then, you know, one day you might get a helicopter's license. Who knows? But you don't need one to own a helicopter. You still fly the helicopter, it looks like, right? With your pilot next to you. And it's such a telling thing on people's mindset when they're like, well, there's so many questions that come up. Well, how much does it cost to get a helicopter's license? How much time does it take? And so they ask these questions. I'm like, well, the cost analysis with time and money just isn't worth it for him at that point, at this point, like whatever that equation is. And it's, oh man, you can see people's negativity come out, or their lack of their scarcity mindset, or their abundance mindset of like, hell yeah. Or like me in that mansion when I was 18, like, dude, this is awesome. You can do anything. You don't need a helicopter's license. Just get freaking started. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Dude, I tell people all the time, the difference between success and everyone else is literally just the movement towards progress. That's it.
Okay.
And dude, I would rather, and this sounds crazy, I would rather you make 100 mistakes and succeed one time than completely stop and just paralyze yourself in analyzing how not to make the mistake. Right. And that's what we do. That's what our culture does. That's what people do, is we find every single reason as to why we must wait. And my life has just been every single reason why I have to go and do.
Right. Right. Freaking love it, man. Fires me up. I've gotten so much out of your content. And that's dude, here's another thing. We live in such a rad time. And I know there's a lot of hardships going on right now in the world, but we live in an amazing time as well, where we can get inspiration, content for free on Audible, on Instagram, on TikTok. We have all these tools, and you can watch cat videos, which are cute, or you can get free freaking education from masters. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
amazing.
the thing that I tell people a lot, like I have people ask me, well, why do I need Limitless Society? Why do I need you? And I always tell people, you don't need me. You also don't need college, because everything you ever need to know about anything, you can go out and find. Like, dude, you don't need to take a college course on business to figure out business. You don't even need to take college to become a lawyer to pass the bar. You can do all of that research and homework and studying outside of school.
Hmm.
But there are environments that cultivate you to be able to learn and grow and progress. Those are the environments you should be in. And that's one of the reasons why I do tell people, hey, I don't love school. I'm not a school person. But if going to school allows me to get my degree to become a doctor or to be a lawyer or to be an astronaut, great, then you should do it. Do you need it? No, you don't. You only have to take the test and pass the test. Same thing in life. Why do I need Limitless Society to help me succeed in this life? You don't. You can find all that information anywhere you want. Everything I'm going to teach you, you can find online. But if you find an environment that cultivates your progress and your success,
right,
man, you should submerge yourself in that. And that's what Limitless Society is. It's a bunch of people that are submerged in trying to become better, obsessed with progression and helping each other.
right.
Why wouldn't you want to be in that?
Right.
So again, dude, you go all the way back. It's like people always ask, well, do I need this? Nope, you don't. But it makes it a lot easier. And if I can cultivate an environment that progresses you, that's what you should be doing.
Well, and I hate the word shortcut, but it kind of seems like a shortcut to success. I talked to a client today with our agency, and he's like, well, why should I hire you guys for consulting? And I was like, well, we made, I think the count, I could be off, but probably 2,500 videos before we got our gold play button with 1 million subscribers. And then it was only, and again, my numbers might be a little off, but from 1 million to 2 million subscribers was like, I don't know, maybe 300 videos. Because we knew the recipe, we had the process down. And so you should hire me, Mr. Client, because I know what I'm doing. It's a shortcut. I've been there. I can help you get there faster. So Limitless Society is that for life and business and
I mean,
health.
dude, that's what mentoring is. I tell people, why do I get a mentor? A mentor turns years into months and months into days. That's what it is.
Yes.
So when you talk about a shortcut, that's true. Dude, are you going to learn what you need to learn in the next 40 years? Yeah, probably. But what if I could take 40 years and put it into 1 year? Holy shit, dude. Now instead of being a millionaire at 50, I'm a millionaire at 35.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the difference, dude. That's the difference.
Well, and then the networking part too of being in a group like that is rad, because you're around like-minded people. And
Absolutely.
And you mentioned on a different podcast how like the difference between networking and like true networking. I've been to real estate meetings or other things where people are just handing out business cards. That's not networking. That's not networking. You just walk away with a pile of cards and no relationships. Like that does nothing for you at all.
Well, dude, networking is exactly what you just did. Networking is meeting somebody and then bringing value to that table without any type of transaction. No, not being a transactional character. You're not asking anything of me and you're willing to help me with my YouTube. That's exactly what networking is, because now what happens is, you and I meet and I do podcasts every week, right? But now in my mind, I'm going to go, oh man, that guy will be able to help me with my YouTube channel. And he did it for free, and he wasn't even asking for anything. So now in my mind, you become somebody that I can revert to when I have an issue, like how do I build my YouTube channel? Right. So you brought value to the conversation and to the relationship right out of the gates. And that's real networking to a T. That's real networking.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. The truth is, not to be cheesy, but your content has blessed my life so much. I'm just like paying you back in some way. I don't know, man, but
I appreciate
it. Yeah, totally. It's been great. So Keaton, I sincerely appreciate your time, man. This has been wonderful and you're an inspiration, and I'll put all your links in the show notes, as well as the link to Limitless Society, which is only like $250 a month. Again, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's been awesome, dude. And we're growing. Hundreds and hundreds of people a month come in, and it's so cool to watch people grow.
I love it. All right. Well, you'll probably see me in there soon. Keaton, thank you for your time, brother. And I'll DM you my cell number.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, brother.
Okay, brother.
Take care.